You're tuning into What the FFF, a show inspired by the FabFitFun community, where we interview experts from our team, founders, and other really cool guests to chat about all things beauty, fashion, fitness, home, and wellness. I'm Angela. I'm the head of talent acquisition here at FabFitFun, and I have a really special guest today, Katie Kitchens, co-founder of FabFitFun, to give us the behind-the-scenes look at this season's fall box. Let's jump in. Welcome back, everyone. Katie, I'm so excited to have you back in the studios to talk about our fall box. It feels like it was just yesterday we were talking about summer.
I know this year has been flying by, but I love the upgraded digs. This is amazing.
Yeah, I think
We're working hard.
Yeah, thank our team. We got Ellie, we got Steb.
Hello.
Yes, it looks so
the
good
Peanut
in
Gallery.
here.
And yeah, we've got an upgrade to the studio.
We did.
Yeah. Really excited to talk about all things fall. I actually joined FabFitFun during a fall box season, fall 2016.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Such a good one. What I loved about that, it was like very unique. The only time we ever did it was the box was you could color it. It was like meant to be like a coloring
Yes,
page.
exactly. It was completely white, and so it was just had the outlines, and there was colored pencils inside the box, so you could actually use what was inside to create your artistic work of art.
It's like fall 2016. Like you just had to imagine it. You just had to be there.
Well, here's the thing. It was
The mod
coloring
cloth.
but coloring was supposed to be a form of adult meditation. So like adult coloring books were having this moment.
I had many of those.
Yes.
They were really good.
I mean, I still color, but admittedly I have children, so we do it together. It's not like
Better
I'm doing it on
excuse
my
now.
own.
Yeah.
But
I guess
also
ModCloth was the thing.
ModCloth, the blanket scarf, that was all the rage.
What's a ModCloth?
That was the brand.
Oh, of coloring books.
Oh, sorry.
No, the
Blanket
ModCloth scarf.
Got it.
scarf.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was like a giant, very soft,
Very
plaid
Pinterest.
scarf. And ModCloth was kind of like this like indie little brand that then got bought by a much bigger company eventually.
Yeah.
Which I don't think worked out. But it's okay.
So there was that, and then also big at the time they had this like naked palette dupe.
Yes.
So there was like a really cool eyeshadow palette.
Yes, before dupes were an actual thing, we were bringing in the dupes. But yes, it was a beautiful like 12 palette shadow collection. But I will
Gorgeous.
tell you one thing.
Oh my god. Yeah, I feel like we're already getting the tea. Like
Because it was a dupe, there was a little bit of an error that was on the packaging. And so all of the colors were related to like
nude,
fall baking.
naked.
So it was
Oh.
like cinnamon and nutmeg. And I think it might have been the nutmeg that was actually labeled like mutmeg accidentally. But it was a different
I've never
world.
heard this
Nobody
story.
noticed. Like I was the only. I like saw the palette. I'm like, oh my god, what is happening? But none of our members seemed to notice. They actually thought the palette was. I mean, it was a really good
loved it.
quality.
Yeah.
It had a beautiful color to it. So it worked out. No one noticed the
funny.
nutmeg. It was fun.
Nutmeg.
yeah, so that was a little bit more about my FabFitFun origin story.
I
from
love
the fall
it.
box. Do you have a favorite like fall box or product of yours past?
It's funny that you mentioned, 2016, because I actually think that was one of our best boxes. That ModCloth scarf also. ModCloth for me was a brand that I really loved at the time, and I'm totally dating myself, but it was a labor of love. That brand took about 4 years to come to fruition. And so when, those types of, brands finally make it across the finish line, it's very excited and you feel very proud. So I was very grateful. And we had just brought on, Brenna, who is now, she runs all of our out-of-the-box partnerships, but she really helped bring that to the finish line, so I was very proud of her.
Yeah, and I think it's hard too with trends, because I don't think a lot of people realize with merchandising, you plan so far in the future. So by the time that we get things in the box, like you don't know what's exactly maybe in style, or maybe we've already like gotten like previous like okay, we're actually done with this trend. But I feel like with the ModCloth and the blanket scarf, that was like, we hit the nail on the head timing wise. And people were just like, it was like such a product that people were like, oh, I want the box for that.
Yeah, they were stoked. And it's interesting because with trends, one of the things that just happens naturally is they also hit different parts of the world at different times. So
that
even
is
within,
so true.
Yeah, the U.S., the
like
coast,
to say the Eastern cultures get
tend
things
to get
first.
them a little bit earlier than some of the other parts of the U.S. So trying to find that balance so that it feels, on trend or a little ahead of the trend without isolating people who might not know about it yet. That really tends to be our sweet spot.
I love that. Okay, well, so we're going to be talking about fall 2024.
Yes, I can't believe it.
I know. And before we get into that, I do have some questions from our amazing community just to kick things off, a little icebreaker, if you will. All right, so from Nikki the Flamingo wrote, I'd love to know what Katie's biggest FabFitFun regret is. Maybe it's a brand they picked. Maybe it's a brand they didn't pick. Maybe it's the office location. Maybe she regrets getting rid of the Facebook Live shows that sold me stuff in every sale. So I'm actually curious. Do people do people still watch Facebook Lives? Do you think?
I mean, I don't think people watch Facebook Live anymore, but I will say I loved our game show. I actually thought it was so much fun, and I loved being able to bring in members and actually play with them. I thought that was really cool. I remember Mike, Dan, and I did a ugly Christmas sweater competition on a live for some reason. We also made them curate a box against me, which they failed.
What do you mean curate a box against you?
We had to, there was a wall of products and then we were putting together the best box.
And who was judging that?
I think Tasha maybe was the judge, and clearly I was the winner.
Yeah.
But,
Yes, of course.
No, that was a really fun time. So I do regret that. It's not that I regret it, I miss that. I feel like, but I do love all of the content that we've been able to bring back. I obviously love the podcast. It's one of my favorites. And I will say the spoilers this season are amazing. Yes, they are so good. I love a teaser. I thought everything was super innovative and fun and cute. And it felt like everybody was having a good time.
Yeah.
And when you see that, you have a good time with them, which was incredible. So I love that.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
And also regrets. So what do you think?
So, the reality is I have a lot of regrets.
I feel like that's normal.
It is. And we've made a lot of mistakes. And, one of the things that I love about FabFitFun is that we allow ourselves the freedom to test and try a lot of things. So not everything's going to work, but our goal is actually to learn and then to improve from there. So I think that's okay. There's probably two that come to mind. One is, the majority of the products in the box are premium products, which we buy and we love them and we're excited to share them. But there's a separate funnel, which are sponsored products that we occasionally have in the box. And they're basically like advertisements. Think about them as a commercial on a TV show or in a magazine.
It's like a freebie.
Exactly. And so when we launched this idea of sponsored products, the first one we did was with a brand of panty liners. And so admittedly, there's probably nothing super sexy or cool about
feminine
panty liners.
hygiene.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We all use it, but that's the thing. People need it. It's an extra product. They're going to pay us for it. We're going to put that money back into the membership to make it better. I'm whatever. It's an extra one. If you don't want it, you don't need it. Who cares?
Yeah.
So we're great, we made the deal. We put in the panty liners. And then all of a sudden we start to hear this noise from our members. They're what is this? Why am I getting panty liners in my box? I want makeup. I want a scarf. I don't want panty liners. And I'm shoot. We actually didn't tell them we were doing this. And so what they thought was it wasn't an extra product or a freebie. They legitimately thought they were getting panty liners instead of one of their premium products.
Yeah, I did not pay for panty liners.
No, that's exactly right. They're I could get this at CVS. Yeah. And so it was a really good learning lesson though for us around communication. And the more that we overly communicate with our members, the better off we always are. And so, it was good for us. It was a lesson because then we said, hey guys, look, these are the choices. You could get a less expensive box without the panty liners, or you could get a bonus product and know that actually, that revenue that they're generating is going into making the member experience better. And when we communicated that, everyone's well, of course I want the letter. That makes so much more sense. And so I think that for me, and that was early in the days. And so it was a regret, but I learned so much, and now I do think we overly communicate as much as we can, and that's been fantastic.
Yeah, like, do we have a sponsored product for fall 2024?
Do we have a sponsored product for fall 2024? We have,
or is that a
sponsor.
Surprise?
We have a sponsor for 2024. It's not a product. It's actually something different that we've done historically, and I might leave it as a little bit of a surprise.
Okay, a little teaser.
A little teaser, yeah.
I like that. Okay, the next question from K. Dougie. What product or products from any past boxes do you still have at home or in office that you still use?
So I will say about 95% of my home is made up of past FabFitFun products. I mean, I am a lover of what we do. I use everything all of the time. I was hosting a July 4th barbecue, and I had the Katie Klein like berry bowls out, and people were obsessed. They're like, "What is this? These are so cute." I'm like, "Well, if you were a FabFitFun member, you would
have it.
know."
Yeah.
But they're super cute. I use them a lot. I also use the Dr. Dennis Gross pads. I talked about Dr. Dennis Gross a lot. That was another brand.
Oh, because I picked it because of you, the retinol pads.
It's so good. And it took a long time to come to fruition. And that's something that I will always use. I'm trying to take better care of my skin. I also was in my teens, and I will say early 20s, I was definitely a skin worshiper. I would like lather myself in baby oil and sit by the pool whenever possible. And now that I'm in my 40s, I remember my mother telling me, "You're going to regret this." And she was absolutely right. You should always listen to your mom. So, I tend to also love all of the SPFs that we use. I think the Innisfree one is great because it doesn't leave a white cast, which is important because I get really dark during the summer. And so that is a favorite. I think ELEMIS, everything they do is a favorite.
Yes. In my shower right now, the ELEMIS, like the Superfood facial wash,
good.
Obsessed. Also,
I love that you still have that because I went through that.
I repurchased it
exactly.
on the sale, obviously.
Nice.
Also, the Beauty Bakery
palette.
I'm obsessed with that banana. I think it was called like Banana Pudding Beauty Bakery eyeshadow palette. I also like repurchased because you should freshen up your eyeshadows because bacteria.
Yes.
They do expire. But eye is such a nice That's actually what I'm wearing on my eyes. Yeah, today.
It looks beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
And they are a great female-founded, BIPOC-founded brand. I just heard news, though, she is selling her company, but it will find a new home, and she's done such a wonderful job.
Yeah,
but I do think that brand was amazing. You know what else I love? I love a bath. Which is weird. I know some people are like into it. Some people are like, ew, I'm soaking in your own dirt, but I really like it. I find it meditative. But I love the Ahava bath salts. Also, I repurchase those all of the time. I'm obsessed because they're hydrating. Because sometimes when you're soaking in a bath, it can actually make your skin very dry.
Yeah. And of course, like what would be us talking about previous products without mentioning the West Elm tie-dye bowls, because I feel like I use those every day.
Me too.
Called like one of the most top-rated products of FabFitFun history.
It is. Oh, and by the way, if we're going to talk about that, I have like 6,000 unhides.
I got a lot too.
Same. You can never have enough.
No,
But I mean, it's really like, it's embarrassing. I would feel bad if someone came and didn't understand because I have them in every single color. They are in every single room of the house.
The dogs probably have them.
The dogs definitely use them. We watch movies outside a lot during the summer in our backyard, and then we fill the backyard with unhides.
That's awesome.
I mean, we had like 40 of Summer's friends over, and I'm relatively sure they each had one of their own. So if that gives you any context, but
you need an unhide.
I was on Prime Day yesterday and I saw an unhide and I'm like, definitely don't need that. I've got a bunch of those.
No, it's like much better from FabFitFun.
Exactly. All right, this is a great question from Ashley, who also has a bunch of numbers with her username, 605-772-907. She wrote, what is your favorite fall activity and did it influence anything in her box this season?
One, all I keep thinking is that song about Ginny, and that's her, I don't know if that's Ashley's phone number, but I want to call it afterwards and see if she picks up. My favorite fall activity, I think I mean, I have a bunch of favorite fall activities, but I do love the idea of when it gets cold, really cuddling up with the family and watching like a family movie night together. And so it definitely, I think, had some influence. We may have speaking of blankets, we have a new blanket on the horizon that's very, very soft and comfortable. And so, it's fun to cozy up by the fireplace with kids.
Well, I feel like that's the best transition, if ever, to get right down to the Fall Box 2024. So speaking of that, speaking of trends, what was you and the merchandising team, what were you guys seeing for trends that like really influenced the box?
So we definitely have seen a return of like a really sort of warm, neutral palette. So tons of browns from like the lightest tan to really dark, earthy chocolates, a lot of burnt oranges and sage greens that really set the tone for
like so fall.
Yes, many of the I would say home decor and fashion products in the box. And similarly, we've seen kind of this up and down trend since the pandemic of, people having FOMO about wanting to travel and go out and be out on the town all the time. And that's still happening. But I think there's also a return of just like wanting to be home and together with your friends and family and entertaining at home and baking and cooking. So you'll see a lot of stuff related to that as well.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like there's so much like a community feel to the fall with going back to school or just like events and getting excited for the holidays.
Exactly. And like being together as a family versus like having to be out every second, which we love to travel, don't get me wrong. But I think there is this like coziness that naturally comes. And I think we're seeing a return to it right now.
Love that. All right, so with the fall box, there's so many products, brands, new, old, so many options for our members to customize. But for you, which 3 fall products are you most excited about? Oh, actually, also, because girl to girl, like for the podcast, your sunglasses, I don't know if that's an Easter egg. Or if you wanted to wear them.
They, no, I think they were just on my head and I forgot to take them off.
Yeah, because I feel like you would have looked back and been like, from the podcast community, you have to help a girl out.
No, I love that. I appreciate it. I actually don't mind my sunglasses on my head, but I will say that our head of PR is constantly telling me to take off my sunglasses on my head. She's like, it is not a headband. It is not appropriate. Like, be a grown-up person. So I appreciate it.
It was very natural. I didn't even realize till I was like, oh. But I was like, maybe our members thought it was like an Easter egg.
To be fair, we do have a pair of sunnies this fall that I love that was an Easter egg in a recent Instagram post, but we'll talk about those in a second.
Okay, sorry, but yes, getting back to the 3 products you're most excited about.
It's so hard because everything is my favorite. It really is like choosing my favorite child, which I won't do. But I'll give you 3 of my favorites. Okay. So I am obsessed with these fuzzy slippers from Mucklucks.
And their platform, which is a huge
trend. So yes, like if you've seen it like with Uggs, this platform is everywhere. It also gives you a little height, which is amazing. But the secret sauce really is like the beautiful soft fur. Yeah. It's so nice. It's so cozy.
Let's pass you have to feel them. I need to see one of
They're amazing. They fit really
this isn't
well.
OnlyFans. We are not showing our feet on the podcast.
No one wants to see my feet. I would not do well on OnlyFans if I showed my feet. That wouldn't be anybody's choice.
This is like a nice, sturdy. Like I don't feel like I'm going to be flying all over the place.
No, not at all. And you can wear them obviously in the house as slippers, but because they have this beautiful bottom, I wear them out of the house all of the time. I've started sporting them already in the middle of a sweltering hot summer, which is highly inappropriate, but they're so comfortable. Yes. I just don't care.
And such a beautiful color.
But they're cute. So yeah, they're in and outside of the house, but they're great. Like they have like a little bit of stretch in them, so they stay on, which I know is a problem sometimes with slippers, but I really feel like these have hit the mark. I am obsessed. Yes, and this platform is everything.
Love it. All right, I'll give this, or I can take that if you'd
great,
like.
Yes. The next one that I'm obsessed with that also I think hits a trend that we have all been obsessed with at FabFitFun a while is this idea of double cleansing.
So important.
It's really interesting.
And
I
underrated.
don't think you realize, right, that when you just wash your face once, the dirt, especially if you don't wear any makeup, it's one thing. I wear makeup, then I wear SPF, and I put on all of the moisturizers and serums and SPFs throughout the day. So really to get your skin really, truly clean, which makes such a difference in your daily routine, you have to double cleanse. And a cleansing butter is amazing because it not only gets your skin really clean, it also leaves it beautifully hydrated and moisturized, because often when you are washing your face, you strip your skin of all of those beautiful oils that help prevent wrinkles and all of the aging stuff that we don't necessarily like as we get older. And we actually have the ELEMIS in 2 different styles. This one is the pumpkin. So if you are a pumpkin spice girl, this one is for
Let me
you.
see.
Yes.
And it's the Superfood collection from ELEMIS, which, I love. I think it's such clean, very like nourishing ingredients that I feel like I'm doing something like really good for myself and my skin.
100%. And I love to put these in the shower. So then what I don't always love is like getting like my hair and my hands wet, which is why I also love from last season.
Luxurious.
Yes, it's so nice. But you can use it in the shower. So then like your double cleansing isn't a chore, right? Like you're already in there. Everything's already wet. So you might as well do that 2-step routine before you get out.
Yeah. And I know you're not supposed to, but I do love a makeup wipe. So I feel like as that's like a first round that this would really get everything.
100%. That counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now people say like, it's not as effective, or, you want to be better for the environment.
Yes. For the environment, it's a little tough. But
I'll work on it.
It's okay. I'm not shaming you. I'm not
podcast.
shaming you at all. I think you do what you need to do to get your skin clean. And especially in a world where, look, we work a lot. It is very, like, at the end of the day, the last thing that you want to do is like spend 30, 40 minutes on your skincare routine.
Taking off all this eyeshadow,
yeah, it's a pain.
mascara.
So, like, I understand. A wipe plus a little of that, you're in good shape.
I love ELEMIS. I'm so excited.
Me too. I mean, and we will say members feel the same way. We get so much ELEMIS and we can't keep it in stock, but it's because their ingredients are amazing and they're effective, right? At the end of the day, they're seeing it work. And so this is what we do. This is what we love.
Yeah.
UK-based brand, by the way. We're searching the globe.
Woo! Okay, last one.
My last third favorite. These, as I mentioned, are the Sunday Citizen Throws. This is a little bit of a newer brand, I think, to probably most members, but I love it because it's
I'm not
super
familiar with
soft,
Sunday Citizen.
super comfy. When you feel it, I think you're going to be really excited. Really packed in here, by the way.
Yeah, that thing looks like it's shrink wrapped.
But it's because it's so big. It's massive. Here, Angela, take this one. And so we have that beautiful natural,
oh my goodness,
sort of
big this is.
tan, beigey cream color. And it's a little bit stretchy, which is so fun.
Ooh.
And then we have this beautiful burnt orange, again, for all my folly girls. I got it. This one is lovely little pop
no joke.
color.
This is big.
That's a good size.
No, it's huge.
Because, sometimes when you get gifted like a blanket or a throw, it's like, what is this for my dog? Like, it's a small, like, this is covering.
Yes, no, this is covering your full
someone.
body. This is you.
Your
this
Netflix.
is your boyfriend, husband. I mean, 2 of my children as well would fit inside of this. But I love both colors because I need a neutral for everything. But sometimes you want that little pop to bring the feeling of fall inside of your home.
Exactly. Like, that's going to be so fun for Halloween. Like,
Exactly.
really just giving like a cool, I have a blue jewel toned couch, like velvet couch. So I feel
cute.
like that would really pop.
Yes. Love the burnt. And also it's like not an orangey orange. It really is like this sort of burnt muted tone that I think is so much more sophisticated than a traditional orange.
Agreed. It's very rich. So what I love about FabFitFun is not only do we get some like really exciting brands like ELEMIS of like, ooh, how exciting, like something that we know. But the best part is we also get to discover a lot of up and coming and new brands. What are some brands that are new to FabFitFun this season that you're excited to tell our members about?
And by the way, that actually is like one of the core goals when we are curating the boxes. We really think of it like a puzzle. And we want to have the brands that people already know and love. And it really helps establish like the value of the box, because if you walk into a Nordstrom, how much that Alice and Olivia or Jonathan Adler, whatever, is going to cost. But then it is all about surprise, delight, and discovery. So we love the new brands. I will say I am obsessed with Arey. I think it's probably going to be new to most of our members. But what is really cool is that Arey is formulated to actually help reduce the gray in your.
We learned all about
experts.
it.
We to break, just to behind the scenes with the podcast and the community. We actually just interviewed the co-founder of Arey this morning and talked more about that and like explaining my gray hair story, and just like we learned so much. Trichology.
Yeah. I mean,
look it up.
But it's amazing because it sounds.
I had no idea.
No, it sounds like one of those like really gimmicky things that you see. I mean, it's gone so viral on TikTok, but it does sound like one of those things where like, okay, sure, I can't imagine that's really true. Why would that be? But once you try it, I promise you're not going to regret it. As a girl who's half of her hair is gray. My hair is gray, thanks to FabFitFun and my children. It's just like it has become a new essential in my life. And it goes beyond that too, because it also acts as a leave-in conditioner. It protects your hair against all of the sort of harsh environmentals like UV rays. So it is a must have. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, no, I cannot wait for this. And what I loved learning about this product is most people will use it as a leave-in conditioner when your hair is wet, but also you can spray it on during the day or the next day, day 2 hair vibes, to really give it that refreshed look. So I will try it now and it just like helps, because when your hair is like day 2 gets like a little dry, this like livens it up a little bit, gives like a little something,
No, I love it, and it smells good. It's all the things that I need for my hair.
Big fan. I will 100% be choosing this.
Yes, it is definitely going into
and
my
a
fall
relatively
box.
like new brand as well. He was explaining that it was like right before the pandemic.
Well, and just innovation and technology. This didn't exist. I don't think this existed before they created it. So it's amazing. And that's my favorite thing, when we can actually bring something that members may have never tried, not just the brand, but the actual like innovative technology that they're using. I mean, my roommate in college was fully gray by the time she was 19 years old. I would dye her hair every other month for her.
That is a good friend.
Good roommate. But it affects us at varying
I started
ages.
at 26, and you just like learn and I feel like I've done so much research, and I knew about the vitamin nutrient like deficiency, but I did not know about the UV rays protection and that, especially coloring my hair every 4 weeks, and the colors get all crazy by week 4. That something like this can make a huge difference.
Yes. Big fan, love it. I'm so excited to launch the podcast and put it on my calendar. And I will say another really fun new brand is Homecourt. So this was co-founded by the Courtney Cox. Just name dropping a little bit here.
Okay.
Might be friends obsessed.
Nice.
So really excited to bring this into the fall curation. And she actually helped develop this specific scent, which
great,
is
by the
a
way.
combination of all the things that she loves. So this is a room spray or room deodorant. You can throw it into your bathroom, which I do, but it's also great for any room in your house. And
What
it
does it smell
smells
like?
delicious. I don't even know quite how to describe it. It's like not overly sweet.
Well, it smells expensive.
Yeah,
I will
It
say
it
that.
does
does.
smell expensive.
Yep.
That is an excellent way of putting it, because it's not
weird.
overly sweet. It doesn't
Oh,
smell
wrong
fake
way.
in any way. Do you know what I mean? Like it smells like a real smell. Did you just eat the room spray? You're not supposed to eat
not
it.
breath
You're
spray.
supposed to
I was
spray
so
it.
confident that I
and
saw where
smell
the dispenser was.
It reminds me of Dumb and Dumber when he has a little mouth spray and he's like, it sprays the wrong way.
Yes, but I feel like now we cut to Dumb and Dumber. Is that what happens
Ooh, okay, Homecourt.
Yes.
Like,
No, but
I
it
love
smells
it.
so good,
Like,
right?
No, because you know how certain scents, like for like a lemon, like I love for the kitchen. Like this could go bedroom,
Everywhere.
hallway, bathroom.
To me,
like,
it smells like a little bit sexy, if I'm being honest.
if we're gonna be honest, it kind of does. Like
Yeah.
it's like a muskiness.
Yes.
So like this would be nice for
Because I'm not.
before a date, before
Yes.
maybe
Yes, I'm not
setting
an
the vibe.
overly sweet girl. Like that for me is like I don't like most perfumes. I don't like most scents, honestly. Like I love a citrus and I love something that's like a little bit musky.
Okay, Homecourt.
Yes.
I love this. Okay.
And they're a very new brand as well. So again, probably new to most members.
Clean ingredients,
yes.
cruelty-free,
exactly.
vegan.
Yes.
All right.
All the
Any
things.
other brands for new brands?
I think for new brands, those might be the ones. Oh, actually, you know what's really interesting? Fourth and Reckless is also, a new brand to the FabFitFun platform. They're not actually a new brand, but it's new to us. And what I love is if we're talking about trends, this crescent shape has been trending for the last few months, which I love. This bag is big. Also, it has a nice strap so it doesn't fall off of your shoulder. And I am obsessed. I like the hardware. It also feels really elevated and expensive. And
That's
so I'm here for it.
gorgeous.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, very pretty. And it feels expensive.
Yes. That's what we're here for.
I like that. All right.
Fashion upgrade.
What other products do we want to talk about for fall?
You know, one of the things that I will say I'm really excited about, OLEHENRIKSEN. Obviously, this is a brand that members already know and love, but we do see that lip tints, oils, and treatments continue to trend because why just put color on your lips? You can also make them actually healthier and more hydrated and feel better. So this is the Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment. Peptides, we know, are great for your skin of all sorts, including your lips. And so I'm wearing the cocoa cream right now because I'm obsessed with it. I carry it in my purse at all times.
Okay.
But it's just like a beautiful, it's not, it looks dark, but it goes
pretty
on.
sheer?
Yeah, really like
Ooh,
light
and I like
and
that
natural.
type of applicator
Yes,
as well.
it's so nice, right?
Oh, wow. Gorgeous. Here.
And again, it was
Yeah,
all
so it
about
looks
great
dark, but
ingredients.
it's actually like pretty sheer.
No, it goes on very
Wow,
sheer, and
that's
it looks
pretty.
great on all skin tones.
Like, what's next?
And then,
But wait.
so we have a return. So one of my favorite beauty brands of all time has to be Tarte, well known for their amazing ingredients and also just the sort of dark, deep color that everything has. It has been a hot second since we've seen Tarte in the box, which is always a bummer. They were going through some changes, but we were excited to bring in their Maneater mascara, which is just a classic. If you know me, you know I'm all about lashes. And this just goes on really dark, beautiful, rich. Will create that sort of like thick, lovely lash that we all want in the fall.
And you love that, like, when we have products in here that you're just so visible at other stores, and that with FabFitFun, it is such a great deal for products that you might see other places. Like, why pay full price?
So I will say there may be a beauty retail store that a lot of the tweens have been shopping at. My daughter was obsessed for a while, and then I was trying to explain to her, I'm like, Summer, you can get all of these things at FabFitFun for like a third of what you would be paying otherwise. And it took her like a little bit of time to kind of internalize that. And now every time she walks by the store, she's like, boo, boo. And I'm like, okay, all right, let's tone it down. Just like a little bit. But it is interesting. I mean, from Tarte to Glow Recipe to Kopari.
Okay, what rapid fire? I can't believe, like, we are 30 minutes
Oh my
in,
God. Okay.
Katie.
Kopari also, I just want to say, this is their golden body oil. We've been obsessed with the brand for a really long time. And I love that it has ingredients that we think about using for your face, like hyaluronic acid. I have it on now. It just gives you a nice little glowy tint. And it has these beautiful gold flecks, but super moisturizing.
And not shimmery
No,
either.
not shimmery. Just like a little tiny bit of a glow. And, you know, body oils tend to be incredibly expensive. They're just one of the more expensive products to actually make. So I'm loving that we're able to bring it in. We also have another amazing product from KitchenAid. As I mentioned, you know, it's all about the time to be home and cooking. Yes, KitchenAid actually has one of the top Q scores that we've ever had in the box. So that's where we're asking members what brands they really like. And they tell us, and they do all these wonderful surveys. And KitchenAid's actually on the very, very top of their list. And this is a really beautiful beautiful pan in the sage green that we were talking about.
Like I do have a KitchenAid. I think I actually maybe even got the mitts from FabFitFun. The mitts in this color, like the KitchenAid. So now it's going to be such a cohesive look.
Exactly.
Maybe a little banana bread.
Yes. Like banana bread, pumpkin bread, if you want to get a little seasonal
maybe
in
even
there.
Put like a little like harvest lasagna in here. You can do a lot of different things.
It's amazing. And then last but not least, I have to say, because I actually wear this again like every day. I'm not joking. I'm a true FabFitFun addict. But this is the PUMA over the shoulder bag. And what I love is it's big. And so you can put a ton of stuff inside of it. The strap is adjustable. It's so good. I get compliments every single time that I wear it, and so I am obsessed.
Do you wear it in the front
Europe.
like that, Katie?
You can wear it either the front or the back, and it has like a fun little pocket where you can put your keys, or if you have one of those like smaller
or your
little wallets.
OLEHENRIKSEN.
When we shot it, we've put a little phone in there too.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's amazing. It has so many
you can fit a lot.
little
Put my lip gloss
components that make it super useful. You can throw your keys on, one of the little carabiner things on the bottom. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to Europe in fall, not to brag.
Nice.
It's only my second time going, so I can. But this would be perfect.
And look, you can wear it either way. I will say when you're going to Europe, wear it in the front.
Yes. Well, that's what I was thinking. Everyone said that you should wear it like a front
pickpocket
back
situation that you don't need to get yourself into.
Sure.
And I
so
love
it's great.
PUMA.
Yeah. No, it's so good. PUMA's had a crazy comeback, by the way. They've done so many interesting partnerships with so many creators. And so they're having a real renaissance, which I love to see.
Love it.
Yes.
Love to see. This is an amazing fall box.
It's so good. There's so many choices. And look, I will say that a lot of the work that we do is to, make sure that all of our members are happy. We really do have members that are 15 all the way up to 80 plus. And we want to make sure that no matter your age, no matter what part of the world you live in, no matter your interests, you're able to find something that really speaks to you.
It's so important, and I think that's what makes FabFitFun so special. We're not just some other random subscription box company. This is something like our members are special, the products, and I think that's why we've been able to, really connect and make a difference and
100%.
impact
And that's
stay
what
around
we hear from members, right? So many of these brands and these products are inspired by what they're asking for in the community. Obviously, the answers that they give us in their surveys, that really does drive a lot of our thought and strategy as well.
So if you're a FabFitFun member, make sure fill out those surveys. Also, if you're a member or not, comment. We would love to hear what products you're most excited about, what brands maybe we don't know about that we should be going after.
And for sure, we get so much inspiration by all of the ideas that members post about, and so we love that. We love an engaged member. That's our favorite thing.
Yes. Well, Katie, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm really excited to customize my fall box personally.
I'm so excited too. And sorry, I talk so much, but I am in love with all of these products. So I can't help myself.
Love it. Well, thank you, Katie. And thank you to our members, to Steb, to Ellie. And we will see you next season.
Bye.
Bye.